The cleanup continuing today to remove thousands of dead fish on some Suncoast beaches when the work is expected to be done and if you'll be able to hit the beach this weekend.
Plus, an emergency road repair underway in downtown Bradenton due to a water main break. How you can avoid traffic in that area over the next 2 weeks. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks for being with us tonight. We are following some breaking news at this moment. Crews are on the scene of an emergency landing involving a helicopter in North Sarasota. Here's the location of that crash or the emergency landing. We have a live look now at the scene. According to a spokesperson for the Sarasota County Fire, the helicopter landed safely on some railroad tracks right near 23rd Street and Leon Avenue in Newtown around 4:15 today.
2 people were on board of that chopper, an instructor and student. During the flight, the check engine light came on. Out of concern, the student pilot landed the helicopter in an open field. No one was injured, and a maintenance team is on scene checking to see if that chopper can fly back to the airport.
Now to our continuing coverage of red tide here on the Suncoast. We have exclusive ABC 7 drone video of the beaches on North Siesta Key where red tide is not as bad as it is in other areas. But Sarasota County crews were out again today cleaning up thousands of dead fish that have washed ashore further south, as well as on Lido and Turtle beaches.
ABC 7's Jackie Kelly talked with the county. She now tells us and joins us live to talk about the state of the beaches. Jackie, what can you tell us?
Scott, Jacqueline, I'm here on Siesta Key Beach, and all day long this beach has been pretty empty, as you can tell behind me. Now, cleanup crews were not only here, they also went to places such as Lido Beach, Turtle Beach, Venice, and Englewood. And now the county tells me that they're trying to make these beaches as enjoyable as they can be during this time.
Beach rakes and volunteers spent all day cleaning up the sands of various Sarasota County beaches of dead fish and other sea animals that washed up to shore due to the red tide. Siesta Beach manager Cindy Turner says they started the cleanup Thursday and crews will continue to go out until it gets better.
We are geared up and staged and ready to go tomorrow with the same operation we have today.
As for beachgoers, the effects of the red tide are keeping some people away. One family who traveled from France said they weren't able to enjoy the beach for long.
We were a little bit disappointed by what we saw of dead fishes on the beach and the color of the sea.
Turner says while red tide severity varies year to year, the county is doing its best to manage it.
I think it kind of ebbs and flows. I don't know if I would call it usual or unusual. We've had red tide before in the past, a few years ago, and we're dealing with it as quickly as we can.
And she hopes the beach gets better for the weekend crowd.
We're going to remain optimistic that it's going to continue to get better. It's a little better today than yesterday. So we are hoping for the best, but we're preparing for the worst so that we're ready.
Now, Sarasota County beaches say that they have no intentions of closing, so they'll be open all weekend long. Reporting live in Siesta Key, Jackie Kelly, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Jackie, thank you. Now we'll head over to South Sarasota County and check on the conditions there. ABC 7's Rebecca Fernandez joins us live from Venice Beach with the very latest. Rebecca, how's it looking out there today?
Jacqueline, well, it's the first time this week that people are able to come out here and actually enjoy the beach for once. When you first step out on the beach, it starts to feel like what it used to be. There's no longer that horrible stench in the air or piles of dead fish. However, when you get closer to the shoreline, it's a bit of a different story. There are small dead fish that continue washing ashore, and you can see the water still has a brownish color. And take a look at this video that was sent to us by one of our viewers from Englewood, Mark Timchula, where you can see that from the sky, it's even more clear that the toxic algae is still very present in the area, even if it's not as noticeable anymore. The red tide warning signs are also up in every entrance to the beach, and the crews said that they will continue coming out throughout the weekend as long as the conditions permit it. Live in Venice Beach, Rebecca Fernandez, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Rebecca, thank you. Coming up at 5:30, we're going to tell you how Governor Scott is responding to the red tide crisis, as well as what state agencies are doing to help with cleanup efforts along the coast. Now, ABC 7 has been out in front of this season's red tide crisis, covering the story from every angle. You can log on to our website, mysuncoast.com, to access our catalog of coverage, including answers to your most frequently asked questions.
All right, well, let's get a check on our first alert weather forecast with meteorologist Steve Newman, who's in for Bob tonight. Steve, I know the red tide is here, but will the beaches weather-wise at least be nice?
Should be a pretty nice, very typical with this time of year. We've gotten a pattern of storms developing in the afternoon and evening. Sorry about that. I am so sorry. We're going to come back in just a second.
All right, thank you so much. It looks like we are having some technical difficulties. We will send it back to Steve in just a few moments.
In other news, a woman accused of dropping her 4-year-old daughter into a Tampa river to drown has been denied bail on first-degree murder charges. Police say 26-year-old Shakayla Denson drove her daughter in a stolen car to the Hillsborough River, waded in with the girl, tossed her into the water, and then walked away. Divers found the unconscious girl 30 minutes later. She was later pronounced dead. This case is similar to the story of Phoebe Johnchuk, who police say was dropped off a bridge into Tampa Bay by her father back in 2015. John Johnchuk's trial is now set for next month.
A Sarasota mother is accused of doing drugs with another woman in a parked car as her 2 3-year-old daughters sat in the back seat. Sarasota police say officers saw Crystal McLeod and Lisa Bryan injecting themselves with needles on Sunday morning on Midway Parkway. Police found powdered cocaine, rock cocaine, marijuana, and other drug paraphernalia inside the car. The 2 children were taken to an area hospital where they were found to be in good condition. The 2 women were arrested and charged.
High-profile cold cases are finally being solved by using new cutting-edge DNA testing. So what are police now using here on the Suncoast? Well, Sarasota police use familial DNA. This is a new technique that uses DNA from a suspect's relatives that are already in the system.
It's very hard to defend against a positive DNA sample. The introduction now of this familial DNA processing it enhances our ability to do our job and come to successful prosecutions in these cases, particularly cold cases.
But a new genealogy DNA technique is raising some big privacy concerns. Just this week, several online genealogy databases created new privacy policies that let you know if you do submit your DNA online, it could be used by police.
In first alert traffic, crews from the city of Bradenton are in the process of making roadway repairs after 2 water main breaks. Now, detours have been implemented around the area. The first break happened when a communications contractor was drilling through a water main, sending a stream of water down the road. That flooding then resulted creating a giant crater in the road. The initial estimates to repair that road may run up to 2 weeks, but there's no word if the additional damage this morning may push that back even further. For one business located right on Manatee Avenue, the distraction was not that bad.
Besides for a little bit of distraction and the noise, the city has jumped on this and they're doing a great job at getting it fixed.
Coming up tonight at 6, we'll hear from one business who is dealing with this construction right on Manatee Avenue.
All right, Steve is ready for us now for our first alert weather forecast tonight. Steve?
Hey, Scott. Yeah, it is going to be a very typical summertime pattern. 75 is the dew point, which is kind of muggy, and temperatures off across the state, pretty typical for this time of year. 91 at Tampa, 79 because of some rain showers, which you'll look at on radar in a minute around Fort Myers, and those showers are moving in our direction. Across our viewing area, 80s along the beaches and 80s to near 90 farther inland. But again, Punta Gorda is getting a little rain shower or some outflow from it right now. It's all part of the switch in wind. Instead of coming from the south, it's coming from the southeast. And as we move through the weekend, it'll become more easterly. And that sets the stage for our sea breezes to collide in the middle of the state, develop thunderstorms that blow back our way. And we're seeing that pattern right now. This is the thunderstorm activity we're talking about around Fort Myers and across Charlotte Harbor, approaching the southern part of Sarasota County. In fact, there's one fairly strong storm. You may have been able to see it in that live shot from Siesta Key behind a reporter. It's coming right for the central part of the Sarasota, Venice, Bradenton area, and we'll see off and on those showers, or at least a chance of them, through the early evening. There you go, coming into Osprey right now. Looks like Mayaca State Park is getting the brunt of it, but it's moving very quickly. And here is our future cast showing those storms off and on through the evening. The model is now turned dry for late in the evening and overnight. We'll check that in the next couple hours in our newscast through 7 o'clock, but it looks like once these little showers go by 7 or 8, it will remain dry. If you're going out on the town tonight, temperatures slowly cooling off. It'll take till midnight almost for us to get into the 70s. That's our weather.
Thank you, Steve. Still to come in your Suncoast News, new details in the investigation into the death of a Houston doctor.
And meteorologist Steve Newman will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, parents of kids with food allergies have an extra long back-to-school to-do list. We'll have some tips on how to prepare for the upcoming school year.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now, we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos, to use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closets Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, canoeing, camping, and more. Or challenge yourself on Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy a Deep South dining experience. Book your adventure in one of our members' lodges or stay at the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closets Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
2 weeks to the day after a cardiologist who once treated former President George H.W. Bush was gunned down in broad daylight, police in Houston tracked down his accused killer. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez tells us about the dramatic ending to that search.
The manhunt now over. The suspect accused of murdering this prominent Houston doctor as he rode his bike to work 2 weeks ago, killing himself.
This has been the culmination of a lot of great work.
Police say Joseph Pappas was spotted in this outdoor area Friday morning. A worker then finding Pappas's wallet on the ground with his license confirming his identity. That worker then calling 911. Investigators say Pappas had a gun in his hand as he was confronted by officers.
The suspect has body armor on and was not complying with our officer's command. I'm convinced that had we not had that second officer arrive, we might have had a shootout out here.
Investigators believe Pappas targeted Dr. Mark House Connect in an act of revenge, explaining Pappas's mother died 20 years ago while the cardiologist operated on her. In the suspect's home, police say they discovered chilling evidence of his planning.
They found a very extensive intelligence file that this suspect had put together on Dr. Hausknecht. He knew everything that you could possibly find on this man.
Police also finding a list of 24 other doctors and employees at the same hospital, saying it's unclear if they too were potential targets. And Houston's mayor is praising the officers there, calling their actions heroic, saying they ended a potential threat to the city and closed another chapter in a, quote, horrific tragedy. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
The lawsuit against the estate of late Miami Marlins pitcher Jose Fernandez is settled. The families of 2 young men who died with him in a late-night boat crash settled their wrongful death lawsuit Tuesday on what would have been Fernandez's 26th birthday. The attorney representing the All-Stars estate said he could not disclose details about the settlement, but was happy with the outcome. The lawyer had previously accused investigators of prematurely concluding that Fernandez was responsible and then altering or ignoring evidence to the contrary. NASA has assigned the astronauts who will ride the first commercial capsules into orbit next year and bring human launches back to the United States. SpaceX and Boeing are shooting for a test flight of their capsules to the International Space Station by the end of this year or early next year, with the first crews flying from Cape Canaveral by next spring or summer. The 5 astronauts assigned to the first flights gathered today at the Johnson Space Center in Houston for that announcement.
Great news.
Be nice to see, not having to go all the way to Russia to send us up there into space.
Well, the air's blowing around a bit, so we can get a little relief from the red tide, and great reporting all this week on the station and online as well. You may be able to get to the beach and enjoy it because they're cleaning things up. And here's Casey Key, and it looks beautiful there with a lot of blue skies, and you can see the flow of those clouds moving offshore during the day. It's part of the new circulation pattern that's developed over the state. And sunset should look pretty darn nice in a couple hours. It is hot, and it feels even hotter because of the humidity, but hello, it's Florida in the summertime. 102 is the feel-like temperature in Gainesville, 99 at Key West. Tampa's current feels-like temperature is 98. And across our viewing area, because of rain cooling, we can see a little showers. We're getting a little relief here and there, but still feels like 99 at Sarasota at this hour. Here is the flow now from the southeast, and here is those line of thunderstorms we can see in this GOES 16 satellite view. And by radar, they are arriving from the southeast as they did yesterday at this time, and there are more of them upstream for the next couple, 3 hours, I think. You can see them streaming right in from the Everglades area, right along the Sun Coast. We had one particularly heavy storm move over Punta Gorda in the last hour with a lot of lightning, and that is moving along I-75, so traffic there may be affected. But the heaviest appears to be moving from Myakka River State Park into the I-75 corridor just north of Venice. So I think this is going to skirt Sarasota and Bradenton in the next couple of hours, and there's more coming up. Now, along the Atlantic coast, they've had wave of heavy rain for the last few days, and we've seen news reports of flooding around Lynchburg, Virginia, and all up and down the Atlantic coast, giving them relief from the heat, but boy, they wish it would stop raining in many parts. High pressure behind it is creating very hot temperatures. There's flash flood watches and warnings all up and down the Atlantic coast. You can see from North Carolina all the way to the Canadian border in Maine is under the threat of flash flooding at this point. 101 at Bismarck, North Dakota right now. It's 92 at Kansas City. It's as warm as 97 in Dallas. The heat is really settling in, though, out west. Phoenix 107 because of the fog, and the sea breeze in San Francisco, a beautiful 67 degrees there. Now, we do have a tropical wave that's blowing off the coast of Africa right now, but it's encountering water temperatures that are warmer than normal. It's got some Sahara dust in the atmosphere, so it's going to evaporate as this last one did. In fact, conditions across the Atlantic are not favorable and are not likely to become favorable anytime soon for tropical development, which means our focus in the next several weeks as we move toward the height of the hurricane season in early September will be the Caribbean, Gulf of, far western Atlantic, and the Gulf of Mexico. But right now, nothing is going on there. Things are fairly quiet across the tropics. We only have one problem, and that is a very powerful hurricane developing right now in the central part of the Pacific, and it will skirt the southern part of Hawaii over the weekend. Now, here's our futurecast. It takes us right on into Saturday and into Sunday. Afternoon, evening thunderstorms. Tomorrow morning, 11 a.m., Doesn't look like much, but look during the afternoon, they develop and move offshore just as we're seeing this afternoon. And that pattern will develop again on Sunday. You can see by 3 p.m. Sunday, more thunderstorms as this pattern has really set in. Now your beach and boating forecast. If you want to get out and enjoy this great weekend, easterly winds in the morning, northerly in the afternoon to 5 knots, seas 2 feet, bay and inland waters a light chop. The air temperature at the beach tomorrow, if you get out there, 90, the water temperature 87, UV index 11. Here's the 7-day outlook showing a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, up to 60% tomorrow, 40 on Monday, and then off and on 20, 30, 40 for the rest of next week. That's our weather, guys.
All right, Steve, thank you. Now to First Alert Traffic. We're seeing some minor backups as you head east out towards the interstate on Fruitville Road. This is right between Honore and the interchange there. You see some orange, yellows. So little traffic as people trying to get out to the interstate and head home tonight. Jacqueline?
Thanks, Scott. In health news tonight, nearly 400 people in 15 states, including here in Florida, have been sickened by a parasite infection linked to McDonald's salads. The outbreak started in May, and the FDA reported an additional 109 cases yesterday. At least 16 people have been hospitalized due to that parasite. Symptoms include diarrhea, vomiting, fever, and body aches. It can last anywhere from several days to a few months and can be treated with antibiotics. In July, McDonald's said it had removed the Fresh Express salad mix from impacted restaurants. Fresh Express said it is issuing a precautionary recall that they put out on July 27th. More than 145,000 cartons of almond milk have been recalled because they may contain actual milk. That's important for people who may be allergic or sensitive to milk. The recall applies to half-gallon vanilla Almond Breeze cartons with a use-by date of September 2nd. They were shipped to retailers in 28 states. The parent company said one person had been reported as having an allergic reaction, but medical treatment was not needed. And speaking of allergies, parents of children with food allergies have an extra long to-do list when it's time to go back to school. It's important that a school is prepared to keep a child with food allergies safe because an allergic reaction may be life-threatening. An allergist at the Cleveland Clinic says you should touch base with your doctor to ensure all of your child's paperwork is turned in. You should also talk with the school nurse to ensure that they know the signs of an allergic reaction. Doctors also say it's a good idea to notify your child's teacher, the bus driver, and cafeteria workers as well. Coming up, police are searching for the suspect who threw a firework at a group of people at a bar in North Carolina, and how this Hollywood tour bus caught on fire during a tour. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system could make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now, SoClean.com has released the world's first automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs and bacteria. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer, risk-free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
The SoClean works, and it's a really effective product, and I couldn't believe how easy it was to use.
SoClean works on all popular CPAP machines and masks, destroying CPAP germs and bacteria without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and walk away. Voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited-time offer. Call now,
800-604-0398.
or visit SoClean.com today.
Hunger is a growing problem in our area, and a huge number of Suncoast residents are suffering in silence.
It could be your coworker,
your child's classmate,
or your friend fighting to secure their next meal. But you can help.
ABC7 is partnering with local organizations to help feed the Suncoast.
Go to mysuncoast.com/hunger to join the fight. Help us.
Help the hungry.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
When ABC7 declares a First Alert Weather Day, it means we can expect major changes to weather conditions here along the Sun Coast.
It means there could be severe, potentially dangerous weather ahead.
We tell you when a First Alert Weather Day is coming because we want you to be prepared.
A First Alert Weather Day is an advance warning. We'll let you know about any changes in the weather when the first signs appear.
ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
Police in Asheville, North Carolina are searching for the person who shot a firework at people outside of a bar. The incident was caught on camera. A witness says she stepped out onto the patio to smoke a cigarette, and then the firework came out of the window, exploding just feet from customers and sending sparks everywhere. Only one person was hurt and was immediately helped by other customers and staff. No arrests have been made at this time.
A van for the Ultimate Hollywood Tour company catches fire in California. Thankfully, no one was inside that van when the flames started. Customers had gotten out of the van to enjoy the view. A man from the tour company said the fire started in the engine. In 2016, the federal government launched an investigation into Hollywood tours after the I-Teams series documenting potential safety hazards of Hollywood tour buses.
A Pasco County Sheriff's deputy jumping in to help when he came across a disabled vehicle in the middle of the road. Pasco County Sheriff's Office sharing this video of Corporal Walker helping the driver push her car out of the road after she ran out of gas.
We'll talk about a perfect fashion show. Some four-legged Meowdles models with cats strut their stuff at the annual Feline Fashion Show in the Algonquin Hotel in New York. The theme for this year's show was the Purring 20s. Around 150 people watched as those cats walked down the red carpet in costumes, everything from tuxes and formal wear to newsboy outfits. The event is a fundraiser for more than 150 animal shelters and rescues in New York. And you know, I think I know somebody who would absolutely love that cat fashion show. Do you know who it is?
Just out there.
Exactly. She needs to know about that. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, how the state is now responding to the red tide crisis happening along the southwest Florida coast.
And we'll show you how to get the best bang for your buck during the tax-free back-to-school sales tax holiday this weekend.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
WWSB ABC7 is an equal opportunity employer, and we're looking for qualified people to join our dynamic team. For a list of current openings and to apply online, visit www.mysuncoast.com/contact/employment. If you're a motivated team player and you want a rewarding career in a fun, fast-paced working environment, WWSB ABC7 could be the perfect fit for you. Check out our list of openings now.
Chris Domine is a husband, father, an athlete, even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris's kidneys were failing.
The doctor said if you don't do dialysis, if you don't get a kidney transplant, you are going to die.
Then Chris received a second chance, made possible by an organ donor.
Your well-being changes from loss of hope to better times ahead.
Imagine what you could make possible. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
I'll be right back. Hi! You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.